All right, guys, just a few short verses tonight. Turn over to Matthew 24, verses 26 through 35, and give those 9 verses a read, and we'll finish off the rest of Matthew 24 tomorrow. All right, so as Jesus is continuing to teach on the end times and his return, there's more that we can glean from this. First, in verses 26 through 29, Jesus warns against people who will say that the time was here, that the Messiah has come back, that the Christ has returned, or that the Christ will return on this certain day or time. Jesus is teaching here that during his second coming, it wouldn't be like his first. During Jesus' first coming, only a few tens of thousands of people got to see him and experience him firsthand. And many of those firsthand accounts led to the eyewitness reports that we have that are called the gospel. And so because of the gospels, millions and billions of people who have now heard about Christ. However, there were only tens of thousands that saw him with their own eyes during his first coming on earth. But he says this will not be so at the second coming. He says that just like lightning is visible really far off, you can see lightning even cities away, or if you watch it out over the ocean, it can be tens of miles away. Just like lightning is visible from far off, so too will his second coming be visible from all over the world. It's not going to be an event that is hidden, nor an event that just a small group of people are going to witness. Instead, the entirety of the world will know that their king has returned. Titus chapter 2 verses 13 teaches that it will be a glorious appearance. And Revelation 19 said that he will return in glory on a white stallion with his mere word, with his speech. The battle will be over. He'll defeat the forces of evil and wickedness, and his victory will be ultimate. Therefore, when someone says that the Messiah has returned and he's teaching somewhere in this far-off place, he's teaching to this small group of people, maybe he's out in a little cave in the wilderness or something, we can be assured that this is not Christ. Because when Jesus comes back, every single person in this world will know it. And while this section as a whole can sound kind of doomsday-ish at face value, the believer should take this passage, this whole teaching in Matthew 24, with great hope. Why is that? Well, it's because we're on the winning side. Yes, we do live in a world that has its temporary hardships. Jesus has just rattled off a list. War, hatred, famine, natural disasters, persecution, being put to death. But I like the way that the Apostle Paul puts it in Romans chapter 8. He says that these current sufferings are not even worth considering when faced with the value of our eternal glory in heaven. And so that is that the sufferings of this world, they are just so minute. They're so small. They're just the most minor of inconveniences when it's compared to the experience of God's glory that we'll get to have one day when it's revealed to us in heaven. And so, as we talked about it last night in yesterday's devotional a bit, just because we're on the winning side does not excuse us from participating in the battle. It doesn't give us permission to sit on the sideline while Jesus just wins the war for us. We are called as Christians, as believers, to participate each and every day to win over as many people as will join us. Like we talked about last night, around you each and every day, friends, family members, strangers, your peers at school, the people in your sports team, the people you interact with, maybe in video games. They are people who are lost, and Satan has control of their minds and their hearts, and they are in desperate need of a Savior so that they can be reunited with their Creator. And we are called to take part in that glorious mission, that glorious conquest in this life. And we do know we're on the winning side. But in the meantime, we carry on and we work towards the mission.